Alright, the purpose of this is one, to remind me how all of this works, and two, give me a first run through of recording with Premiere. Alright, I've started this project using a folder on my hard drive called Klein 5, only because this is about the 5th or 6th time I've done this. I have all of the assets that I need. I have a video file, a .mov, some image files, and a music file that I recorded using GarageBand. Alright, so coming down, on a PC you'll do this differently, and it'll have instructions on the handout. But the reason I'm doing this is to show you about how long it's going to take for Premiere to start. It's a long process. Once we get to the opening screen, if you already have a project, notice there is no project 5 up here. You could open a project, you could simply click on the name. I'm going to start a new project. Now, I want to browse, and I want to go to the folder where Klein 5 is. I'm going to select it and then click on choose. And that shows up, and we will, strangely enough, call this Klein 5. Alright, all this other I'm simply leaving as is. And then we go OK. Alright, now it says import media to start. Alright, so there we go. So from the Klein 5 project folder, I right-clicked and chose import, and I get all of the files that were shown before. There are the still images, and there's the video. Now, if I double-click on the video file, it shows up in the source file, but I have nothing in the timeline or the sequence. Part of that is because you may not want all of this, and one of the things we're going to talk about is how do I choose parts of a file as opposed to the whole thing. For right now, I'm simply going to say I want all of this, so I'm going to left click and drag, notice the hand, and I'm going to drop it onto the timeline. Alright, it shows up. This is the video portion of it. This is the audio portion of it. And it shows up here in my program. And it says there is no title at the moment. Alright, now, for no good reason other than I want to have a still image, I'm going to left click on the image, I'm going to drag, and I'm going to drop it in. So now notice that this is now in red. I can play this, and you may hear the hum in the background. That's the audio from this file. And then I have the image file. And if I want the audio, I can click and drag, and strangely enough I'm going to put that in where it says A. Wildly enough, V is for video and A is for audio. And now, and I have no idea, yes, let's turn the volume down. Now, I'm making the assumption since I can hear it, you can hear it. If that turns out to be false when I finish with this, I'll add the audio back in again. Now the other thing that we want to do eventually is come up to sequence and render. It says render effects in and out, or render audio. Well, we're just going to render effects in and out. And notice that it says it's rendering the video, and now the what was red turns green. So everything has been rendered. All right, in a really quick blast, that's how you start a project. Eventually, or actually fairly soon, we're going to figure out how do I take only a part of this video and get it in and use just that chunk. We will add transitions and we'll work with the audio. We'll actually take the audio into Audition and work with it there. But that gives you a very, very, very brief intro to how to start a project in Premiere.